Agency Intelligence Live. We have today Podium on, which we have Cam Tolman and Zach Williams. Now, if you guys remember, I think this is our second one of these that we did last month. To all the people who are viewing out there right now, last month we did Lightspeed Voice. And why we do this at Agency Intelligence is a way to get people to understand how awesome and who these people are. And so here we go with Podium, who's a partner of Agency Intelligence, makes our life better. They hang out in our mastermind. They answer our questions. But most importantly, they provide their services to a lot of our mastermind members. And so we thank you on behalf of everybody. Thank you, Zach, and thank you, Cam, for being supporters as you have been now for 2 years.
Yeah, thanks, Cass. Thanks for having us on today, man.
But yeah, I think it falls. Go ahead, Cam. Sorry.
Yeah, love the network, love your group, and excited to be here for a few minutes. Hopefully, we can share some good ideas. So thanks for having us.
It falls in line with you guys supporting us because I think you guys do a real good job for the industry. And let's make no bones about it. You guys are in a lot of different industries, right? Which I think brings an expertise. Sometimes learning from outside the industry to our own industry will help us progress. But you guys do other things. I believe dentists, car dealerships and stuff like that. And then you guys took that model, brought it into insurance. And am I correct? You guys haven't been around a lot in the insurance space. 3-4 years, and you guys have just exploded. Am I right about that, Zach? What do you say to that?
Yeah, a couple years is all. We got started 5 or 6 years ago in automotive, medical, dental offices, right? To kind of give you an understanding of our kind of footprint in other industries. We service 1 out of every 3 car dealerships in North America, right? So that shows the type of reach that we have. 60,000 businesses utilizing Podium today, and insurance is the fastest growing, right? And so as we nail down some of these integrations with agency management systems and get our word out through these trade shows and some of these partnerships, as well as amazing clients that are killing it with our product, I think that's what kind of makes us grow as fast as we've been growing in this industry. And I think it's really only the start, to be honest.
And you said trade shows. Boy, those were good at one time. You remember those back in 2019 and the year before? Holy cow. And once again, all you listeners here, or listeners, this isn't a podcast, all you watchers, you followers, you viewers, whatever you want to call it, that's why we're doing this for Podium. We believe in Podium. Jason Cass does not make money whether you buy or not. That's not the relationship that we have. Some other people do, but not me. I just want you to know true and blue. And I asked specifically, they tried to send on some bigwigs and stuff. I said, no. I want Zach and Cam. They really know what's going on inside an agency. That's totally made up by Jason, but it sounded good, so we'll just roll with it. So, okay, guys, here's the deal. You guys, since you've come into the space, I think there's a lot of people out there that claimed they could get reviews, right? And there's some successful companies out there that were able to help people do it. You guys came on the scene, though, and you guys came through with an explosive program that was more than just about reviews. And so let's go back 2 or 3 years before we get to where we are and you excite everybody with where you guys are going and some of the things you have coming out. What our basis for Podium at the beginning was an all-in-one messaging center for reviews. Am I right or wrong? Whoever wants to take that can.
So it really was a pretty narrow focus. Our founder's father owned a tire shop, and he was getting up online, he was getting negative reviews, and he told his son, who's studying computer programming at school and college, said, "Hey, I can't figure out how to get any of my clients to leave me a good review. So can you come up with something to help me do it?" And so he and a good buddy of his went and built this little technology that helped solicit reviews. That was the very first and only product they had on their minds when they started the company.
Gotcha.
So when we say we've come to the market with something new, like this is all we were doing 6 years ago, right? And we sold about 18,000 businesses on that one product across different industries. But then, we'll get to the rest of it and the rest of that story. But yeah, there's some really unique partnerships and integration and financial backing that we have from Google to really do this in a unique and powerful way.
And I think probably through knowledge sharing with Google, right? It's never bad to have Google as your brother or sister, right? So yeah, that's kind of, I was pretty lucky. I have 2 sisters, so I'd utilize them or I'm not half as cool as I am. And now to join us straight out of Utah, Mr. Wolverine Beardblood himself, Wesley Anderson, man. How are you doing, Wes?
I'm well, Cass. How are you?
Wes, it was a year ago today, dude, that we were climbing the mountains. It was a year ago tomorrow that I was in headquarters of Podium, and this was totally not planned, right?
12,000 above sea level, dude. You were hanging the mountain. You were wearing my hoodie.
Yeah, it was cold.
My hoodie up high in the mountains.
Drove 15 minutes down, warm.
Yep.
Unbelievable. Only in the Utes. Only in the Utes. So, hey, dude, Wesley, we're talking with them. We went back to their history. Wesley was one of the people that actually put me in front of Podium. I can't actually remember, truthfully, where was the very first one. It had to have been Wes. It had to have been you that introduced me to them. I can't remember. Was it Cam?
So I saw you at the big meeting, John Spoggy's big meeting down in Ontario, and you were listening to me sell some guy on the floor, and you're like, interesting. We caught up after, but that may have been one of the first interactions. I don't know.
So a lot of times since you guys, I've looked at a lot of different software that could be your competitor and could not be. It doesn't matter. They've went with this all-in-one messaging center where they're trying to do that. And I will tell you that one of the things that I think is a friction, which I can't say it's too much because we do it with you, is that we have texting is a huge issue in the insurance industry. I mean, it's a huge issue. I'm trying to get set up, and even with you guys, we have Twilio and we have different backings that sometimes don't let our VoIP carriers sometimes mix with that. And there's some fixes, and Podium has been unbelievable in working with us, my carrier, Lightspeed Voice, and some others, trying to make sure that all that happens. But this is what you guys rock and roll in, right? This is some of the stuff that you excel, and being able to help agents put that in their management system and be able to track these texting, because texting is a major, major issue. And I think that's where your all-in-one center helps. Am I wrong or right?
Yeah, you're right, Cass. And to kind of goes into, I think, your previous question of, when we originally rolled out reviews, we started to realize that there's other text messaging communications that are so important, whether it be for insurance or other industries, right? And so from a consolidation standpoint, Podium helps you consolidate all of those messages, putting those back into your agency management system for easy access and to be able to manage all those conversations is critical. And we're really trying to help these independent insurance agencies, in this case, become text message accessible, right? We know phone is still very important, very critical, and very worthwhile, right? I know I communicate with my agent still via phone and via email, but text is the preferred method of communication for consumers. And so some of the stats that we know is it's almost over 90% of consumers will text a business if they're given the option, right? So we're just trying to give these options to these businesses, these agency owners, so that they can communicate the preferred method that their policyholders want to interact with them.
I appreciate all our viewers who are watching this. Wes, I want to turn it over to you on some of your thoughts on Podium, where you've seen from the very beginning. For all you guys don't know, right on the other side of the mountain, there, the Silicon Slopes is where Podium is located. On the other side of the mountain is where Wes is located. But Wes, before we get to you, I wanted to load you up. Joshua Lipstone asked a question, and please, any other viewers, please ask questions. That's what they're here for. This is their live trade show. They want to ask your questions. Can Podium connect into Varuna and Neon? I can answer that if you guys want, because I have Varuna and I have Neon. Yes, it can. It goes through a Zapier connection. Right now, we are in pretty heavy talks with Podium about trying to make a true integration into Salesforce. That's been a concern and something you guys have wanted to do. Now, with the insurance industry pressing on it, it's something that we are working with them. To answer your question, yes, it will link up through Zapier. But if you talk to the great Seth Zaremba, and I agree with him, he says it's true integration is what we need. So we're working towards that. But that's the best answer I can give. Cam, Zach, anything you guys want to add on that?
That's great context. Yep.
Okay. Wes, turn it over to you, buddy. Any other questions, please bring them, viewers. This is your time to pick on Wesley live. Wesley, what do you think about Podium, where they were and where they are now? You're a user of them.
Yeah, I've said this in Podium's building, and Cam and Zach may throw tomatoes at me, but I said this in their building. Like, when you're looking at Podium and you're deciding if it makes sense for you as an insurance agency, Cam and Zach, earmuffs, cover your ears if you want. I'm gonna share how I feel, and you guys have heard me say this.
Don't be shy, Wes.
It is what it is.
I know what you're getting. So go ahead.
Here's how it goes. If you look at how much you would pay for a Google review, so if you validate, like, I would pay $20 for a Google review, $10 for a Google review. Like, you're not going to hurt yourself if you pay for Podium, use them for 12 months, get those reviews, and then bounce off. Like, that's not going to hurt you. Now, Podium would challenge me and say, yeah, do the 12 months because we're going to earn your business in that time frame. But to break that barrier, like, you're not hurt as an insurance agency by stacking up and piling on those Google reviews. And there are alternative technologies out there to do it, but these guys have got the home cooking and everything going with Google. It probably makes the most sense to do it with them. My advice, after you get the Google review, and I've talked to, there's probably like 50 or 60 insurance agencies doing this. After you get a Google review from Podium, make certain that you have an automation in place that then posts that Google review to Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, and as of last week, Instagram, because that is going to make your footprint of reviews just spread. And that automation takes about 15 minutes to do, and it makes the value of Podium and getting Google reviews skyrocket. Probably the greatest ROI in our agency that we have done this year has been implementation of that automation.
3 things, gentlemen, Zach and Cam, 3 things that you think makes you better than the other people. You can't say customer service because really you guys are already good at that. So I'm going to take that off the table. Okay. And listening to agents, you can't use that one either because you guys are good at that. But other than that, why do people want to do business with Podium? And what are some of the features? What are some, I mean, give us some rich stuff. This is why, who wants to take it? Go ahead.
I'll start.
Okay, go ahead.
Go ahead, Cam.
I'll take 1. You take 2. We'll see what we do on 3. All right. So I'm gonna steal. There's a lot we could talk about, and I don't mean to sound cheesy, but I think I sold 340 agents, independent agents, last year in 2019 on Podium, and to watch them. The number one thing I think I love to see is when they get new leads from the web. Our review package, Zach will talk about reviews, is like the number 2 reason why agents love Podium. But I think the reason why they don't cancel, like Wes said, at the 12-month mark is because they're getting traffic from their website. This all pieces together nicely, and maybe that's number 3, Zach. We'll talk about like consolidation, but the web chat on your website, the ability to get a customer who is 6 times more likely to text than to call or email or fill out a form website is probably the number 1 reason why our customers do not cancel, is because we're driving them an actual engagement through the customer channel started on the website. We just excel at that. Like, we destroy with that tool.
Cam, one thing. I need to throw a little thing out here for all you viewers. Be sure to go back to the 13-minute mark after this produces live and listen to what he just said again, because that's my number 1 reason. And I was going to throw that out if there's somebody didn't. People don't understand the power of this little circle in the bottom right corner of your mobile phone or your computer. It's unbelievable as far as getting leads. It's our number 1 lead generator, and we don't buy leads, So that means we get like 7 to 10, right? But that's a lot for us for personal lines. We're not trying, but people tell us, we don't ask everybody, but they tell us, I knew if I clicked that, I wasn't going to have to go to a Facebook page or somewhere and give something where no one was going to reply. I clicked it and it said it was going to text me. I knew I'd get a reply exactly where I wanted. Not my email, I got to go log in or whatever. I got it right here. You know what I mean? So that is huge. Sorry to cut you off, Cam, but they got to go back and listen to what you said.
They got to listen to you more than me, so I'm glad you did. The one thing I think most people at first glance look at web chat and say, oh, we have a chat feature already, or I can get a chat feature for free. You can't. We're not a chat feature. Customers are tired of sitting on hold and waiting, talking to robots who are trying to predict what they want to do or what they're trying to ask. It's just talking to an operator on a computer. We've flipped that on its head and say, look, you like texting? Start a text thread from the website, and it takes everything off, puts it in the customer's pocket, and allows them to text from wherever they are now, so they don't have to live on your website. That's just frustrating as consumers. Okay, Zach, go number 2, whatever you want.
Zach, you got number 2.
Yeah, number 2, from a review standpoint, I just want to highlight the uniqueness of what we do with reviews as opposed to anybody else that claims that it can drive Google reviews for you. I mean, I could probably start my own company and drive reviews for you just by taking a copy and pasted URL and sending it out via text or email, right? The difference with Podium is that that's not what we're doing. That link that we send out to each one of that's sent out to each one of these policyholders is unique to them, right? And this is a link that Google has helped us build. It's a proprietary URL. There's a proprietary API in there that Google has helped us facilitate and build, so that helps this consumer get logged into their Google page without redirecting them to a land, or redirecting them to a login page, or redirecting them through another loading site or anything like that. So the process of us to get a consumer onto Google is quicker than any other platform that's out there, because it's as simple as just a direct API connection that we have with Google. So as a result, right, you think about like John Spoggy, for example, who's driven 700 reviews through Podium within the last 12, 13 months. That's only because he's utilizing Podium. And so consumers are able to get onto Google to leave a review quicker, right? They don't have to log in, all those things. I'd say that's the main differentiator from a review standpoint that we bring to the table as opposed to others.
No, and you are right. And there's a lot of your competitors that will watch this video with some of the people they're trying to sell against you. And they're going to say, yeah, you see what he says there? We'll do the same thing. Watch. I had one do it. They picked out one of my insureds inside of my management system that had a Gmail address. And they tried to send him something. And the very first one they sent him, it was automatically logged in. And I was like, oh, well, that's different, da-da-da-da-da. I don't want to get too deep into it, but the next three that we tried, it didn't work. Yeah. So there was something that every once in a while they may be able to get past them without it logging in. Maybe they're already there. Maybe we've already done communication with them. I don't know. But it was really, really funny because the first one I was like, wow. But all the rest, it didn't work. And so they'll look at that. And that's why I say this. They'll tell you that it won't work. You'll tell them it doesn't work. I encourage people who have Podium or are looking at Podium and somebody else to get Zach on the phone, because he will tell you exactly. Get that person who's telling you differently on the phone. They're owned by Google. Google has made this. Google's not going to give everybody else the same technology when they own a damn company that they're invested in. This is common sense to me. I'm sorry, but this is the way that I see this. Zach, anything else to add?
I would say the third thing, and Cam, you can pick up on me here in a moment, is what Cam talked about and what I talked about is helping these agencies drive new leads, right? From a web chat standpoint and from a review standpoint, it's all about becoming more visible to consumers that are finding you online, and that's what we help with, right? Is to help these agencies drive more policyholders through those two tools, but we also help from a retention standpoint. Right, through our messaging capabilities on the back end of the ability to build templates, message your policyholders on a consistent basis in an easy to manage messaging tool that all of your staff has access to, allows you to better interact and provide touch points. You guys are more familiar with the industry than I am, but everyone I talk to says it's all about touch points with your policyholders throughout the policy, right? So through Podium, you can do that through different text messaging capabilities. And so that's how we help, once you actually capture that new policyholder and have written that policy, to retain that customer throughout the lifetime of that particular policy.
I like it. I like it a
lot. So I wouldn't have gone anywhere else with number 3. That's spot on. I think just the interaction proactively from an agency to the insured is what sets you apart as a really good agent versus just somebody who's sitting on the cash flow, right? And so what we've built now, and I think one thing to just add to what Zach said, is integration. So we're talking with all the AMS systems. We're already built with Hawksoft. We're building with EasyLinks. We're building in beta already with AMS 360. We've got conversations going with Applied. So,
good job.
We're there. I mean, we're building this. We've got a full team dedicated to helping build these integrations because we know that your revenue comes not from making a sale. Your revenue comes from having 5,000 customers who recur their revenue every single year. And you get to sit on that fat stack of cash every month, every year. And if we can automate some interaction, some touch points, some communication, some, hey, how are things going? Hey, there's fires in your area. Here's what you need to be aware of. Hey, we saw a windstorm just hit Portland or Utah, or whatever, I know a lot of trees are down, like automating a lot of communication, interaction, and keeping you in their hip pocket through their cell phone, not in their email inbox, and not leaving them voicemails, but in their text message inbox, like their friend, like their spouse, like their family. You now become a trusted advisor to these businesses, to these consumers, to these homeowners. And that's what we've really built integration for. Go ahead.
So what about the beta system? No, it's very well said, Cam. It really truly was. You were I see why you're one of their top employees. I mean that. You speak very fluently about Podiumese. And now, what is this thing that Vonda Copeland and a bunch of other mastermind members have been telling me about with the click to video? Is that still in beta? Do you guys still doing that? Where was that? Where you can send them a link and they click the link and boom, you guys are on video together. Tell me more about that, or explain that if I misexplained it.
I'll go. Sure. Quick. COVID sparked some innovation in Podium's engineers and said, hey, car dealerships can't get consumers on their car lot. Furniture stores can't get consumers into their furniture stores to sit and try the couch or to try the bed. And so having this perspective of what are local businesses struggling with in this world and in this remote environment we're in, our engineers went out and literally built a video chat inside of Podium. So now within the conversation, you can text your customer, hey, click this link and we'll go live on screen share, FaceTime, basically. And you can FaceTime your clients, video share. I know Wes does a really good job with his clients of creating videos, and he'll walk through proposals, walk through Accord forms, whatever, doc sheets or deck sheets, and go live with them and then YouTube videos. This is just another way of doing that in the same platform that you're already communicating with them.
Okay, you said FaceTime, and there's a lot of us that don't use iPhones, so I just wanted to make that clear real quick. We have other things to say. We have options over in Droidland. Tell them about it, Wes. Hey, so Wes, are you using this? Explain this a little bit more from your agent perspective.
This is awesome. Like, I'm glad I'm here. I haven't heard about this. So I do use video for everything. Like, every interaction we do, whether it's an endorsement, a quote proposal, we have found, it doesn't matter the age, everyone prefers a really quick video. So I'm going to ask these guys questions on this. Cam, can I share my screen on this or no?
Yes.
Oh, God, yeah. So, I mean, realistically, you could get someone on the phone and then say, look at your text message. I have a link. Let's go live, and show them the quote proposal?
Correct.
That sounds fun. That I'm going to have fun with that. So right now, our videos
to me, that's like
the link. That's going to be fun. That's cool.
It's like genius stuff, right? I mean, it is nothing more than FaceTime except through a link or something like FaceTime. But anyways, we don't need to do any advertising for Apple around here. Okay, so Wesley, anything to add? Anything that you want to fire at them? Zach, Cam, as we kind of wrap this up. We've held a good amount of listeners, our viewers, even at YouTube. So welcome all you YouTube viewers. Hey, so what do you think, Wes? Anything you want to fire at them?
No, I would just say, like, let's freaking get back out there. I'm Podium, get back to your freaking office. There, I put my office right next to you so I could see you guys in person. Go back to work. Get out of your home. That's what I would say. Like, my office is right next to you. I want to be playing spike ball. I want to be playing pickleball. Like, I need to see your facility and go and eat at your cafeteria.
Let's be fair. This is not your sitting.
This is your fault. Fix it.
Okay, Zach, anything? Please get the kitchen open for Wesley. All the problems will go away.
Hey, I thought I was taking care of him, bring him into the office a couple times every couple months. But no, for those that don't know, I mean, we're a big company, 900 employees now. And so shoving everybody into big office at this point seems, somewhat out of the question. But I think just the last thing that I would say, Cass, is even though we are a really large company, our focus on insurance is clear. We have staff members designated to this industry. We're obviously trying to learn from the masterminds like you guys that have been in the industry a long time. And as a result, I think we're going to be in a really good spot hearing what is important to these independent insurance agencies and building a product and or just adapting the product to make it so that it's relevant for these agencies. And so I just want to provide that reassurance to everybody that's listening and watching today that we're in the industry to stay. We have people designated to you and trying to learn more about how we can tailor this product to you.
And Zach, I'm Cam. Before I get to you, I appreciate your commitment to Podium. You're always very proud of them. I remember when we first met, and you drove me home on the 19th of September. Drove me home. You drove me. That's a long way. You drove me to the airport. And we discussed. I remember telling some of my friends after I got done, I was like, you know what, that Zach guy, he really, really believes in the business. And I know Cam does. So I really appreciate it. And then last but not least there, Zach, you really believe in it so much. I believe that black and white, I think, is the colors of Podium. And you've got the black beard with the little white patch. You really are living the Podium dream, brother. So I just wanted to let you know. So
I'm glad you realize why I'm trying to do that. It's good. Good call.
I have the same thing. That's why I don't grow a beard. So anyways, Cam, buddy, anything you want to end and finish with?
Yeah, I wore the black shirt, but I have the really white forehead. So that's how I represent. So
well, you have the Jean Grey thing going right there. You've got a white thing going as well. So you both got the white thing going.
I mean, he does have some. Look at that flush hair he's got. I mean, Zach's just like, he's just got it combed all beautiful.
If you ever get my quarantine hair too, it's a little bit longer than usual. But
I should have turned my screen share off. Zach's way more handsome. But no, thank you for having us. We love the partnership. We love the opportunity to be part of this network. And the only thing I'll say is I'm a loyal listener to your podcast. I used to listen a lot more because I had a commute, but now I don't. I work from my basement. But I miss Cass at double speed. Your laugh is incredible at double speed. So if anyone listens to this part, go back and re-listen. If Facebook does double speed, just double speed this thing because it'll be awesome. Anytime Cass laughs at double speed, it's the best. So
I get that a lot actually. So that's funny that you say that, Cam. So yeah, I don't double speed myself. So yeah, thank you. Thanks, Cam. For real. Thank everyone. I want to thank everyone. And thanks, Wes, for taking your time away from your family. I know you guys are doing some stuff right now. But I really do appreciate it. Hey, anybody who's watching, we've got a couple people. If you put your name in there and say Podium's awesome, I'm going to send you a shirt. Put your name in there and say Podium's awesome, and I'm going to send you a shirt. Not a Podium shirt. You are going to get a loyal listener or AI mastermind shirt. Hey, so anyways, guys, I really do appreciate it. For everybody that knows, we do use Podium. We do use Varuna. There is a connection that's going between, better integration coming down the way. I have to tell you, our number one is inbound leads. I get that Podium digest every morning, and I look at it, and there's at least 1 to 3 leads that are coming in. That doesn't necessarily always mean that those are insurance leads, right? But that's communication that's coming in. And before, when we had our Facebook, we have the greatest website developer in the world, which is Advisor Evolved. And one of the things that they use, because they don't use their own, they just put on there, I think, the Facebook thing where they could click it and it would go to my messaging center and the Insurance Alliance. And I mean, that was great. I think I got 2 or 3 over the first 2 or 3 years I was there. That has nothing to do with Advisor Evolved because that's just a plugin that they are using. But when we took that plugin and put your guys' in, it was unbelievable. It was around October or November of last year. And I remember calling Joseph at the time, who I'd had the real close relationship with. And I'm like, Joseph, dude, you guys are not selling the fact that I'm getting leads. People are coming in asking about insurance. And here's what we found out to be true by accident is 2 of our top selling blogs out there are 10 dog breeds that some insurance companies don't write. And then the other one was about snowmobiles. What we found weird was about 50% of our traffic was coming in with people asking us if we insure snowmobiles and about dogs. And at first, because we had done those blogs 3 or 4 years ago, and we had put you guys on last October, at first we're like, where in the hell are all these dog questions coming from? Which we have Allstate, which does not have a dog list. Huh? So we don't write a lot of personal lines, but we figured out real quick, all these people that are calling in, they have, and we don't have a dog list, and they usually have a dog that's on that list. So I thought it was pretty interesting. And so we saw that face to face with Podium. And the fact that we've gotten 10, 15, 20 Google reviews, which we do not go after like we should. We go after big time whales who $400,000 or $500,000 accounts. We're not going after the little personal lines. But for the ones that we do, those are just added bonuses to us here at the Insurance Alliance. So I just wanted to give you guys that. That is unedited. That is true blue, our relationship with them over the last year. Closing up, anybody else have anything else? No?
No, thanks so much for having us. Good to see you, Wes.
Thanks for taking your time. Cam, Zach, you boys from Utah. See you later, okay?
Thanks, guys.